Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing an Ariana Grande inspired tutorial, which I'm really excited about. I love her and her music. She's absolutely amazing. I'm going to go ahead and start with my Welcome Matte Skin Enhancer Oil and Shine Absorber Pore Minimizer by Laura Geller. And the reason why I'm putting this on is because Ariana Grande has extremely matte skin. It's a really nice primer to kind of get your face to look like that. Alright, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and just prime my lips real quick. We're not going to do anything with the lips but prime them right now. And prime them with my Nivea lip butter, just so this way they can be nice and moisturized. So this way when we do put on the product, it won't look flaky or gross or anything. Now moving on to the face makeup, I'm going to go ahead and put on my Revlon BB cream. And the reason why I'm using a lightweight and very light foundation is just because of the fact that my skin right now doesn't look that terrible, and this foundation kind of makes it look nice and it's not too heavy on my skin. And I feel like Ariana's look is really natural and stuff like that, but she does have flawless skin. So if you guys do suffer with acne or acne scarring or anything like that, I recommend going with something like the Revlon Color Stay foundation, because it's a matte finish, it's a full coverage foundation. You can use it as a concealer as well, so I feel like that's a really good alternative for just a nice full coverage foundation. So if you guys want to go ahead and use that, you can. Okay, so then I'm going to use my Handy Buki brush by Bare Essentials, because it's a nice tight brush and it'll give me a little bit more coverage without putting on more foundation. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this to blend out the foundation. Once you're done with that, the Revlon Photo Ready BB Cream really does leave a little bit more of a dewy cider finish. So what I'm going to do is take my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, which is going to just make us a little bit more matte. And I'm going to use, again, my Handy Buki brush, so this way I can add a little bit more coverage, but at the same time, give me some more matteness to my skin. So I'm just going to tap that in there, and then tap it on the BB cream that I did, so this way it doesn't blend away any of the BB cream that I used. Once you're done putting on the powder, you can see that the powder really does kind of minimize the oils and really just controls your oiliness and controls the dewiness of the BB cream. So once you're done with that, if you need any more coverage underneath your eyes or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead. I need it, so I'm going to put that underneath my eyes. And Ariana Grande does have, like I said, a flawless canvas for her face. So I'm going to be putting on my Ulta Natural Finish Concealer, because it does give a really nice natural finish, and it's going to be a little bit lighter than my actual skin tone, so this way it kind of covers up anything. And this is in the shade medium, but it is lighter than my actual skin tone, so I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in with my foundation brush. Once I am done with that, again, I'm going to take my foundation brush and my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder and just dab it in there, and then just tap that on top of my concealer underneath my eyes. This is just going to keep the concealer in place throughout the whole day. And take the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Powder, and this is what it looks like. This is the Star Bronzer or something like that, or a Sunny Bronzer. And I'm going to go ahead and take a nice fluffy brush like this that kind of domes a little bit, and I'm going to take a little bit of the bronzer. And Ariana Grande has a very nice bronzing sort of look to her. I need to take a slightly smaller powder brush, dip it in here, and then kind of just contour my face with the same bronzer. And I'm going to be using a natural blush just for a little bit of a flush, and this is the Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush, and it is a mess because I use this all the time. But I'm going to take a angled blush brush. I'm going to dip that into the blush and tap that onto my apples of my cheeks and work it up to my temples. I really love this blush because it does give a nice flush of color, but it doesn't look cakey or gross on your skin. It just looks like a nice flush and a very natural finish on your skin. And this is the NARS Illuminator in Orgasm. And I'm going to take a little bit on my finger, dab it on my cheekbones, and then I'm going to go ahead and just take the tips of my fingers and blend it out on top of my cheekbone and also on the apples of my cheeks, but mostly focusing towards the cheekbone area to kind of just highlight that a little bit. Okay, so once you're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take an eyeshadow. I know, strange, but I'm going to take a crease brush as well with that. And this is just to place the highlighter that we're going to use. And I'm using the Too Faced Natural Eye Kits in the shade Heaven. And this is just a really nice matte, all over type of highlighter. And I'm going to put this right here on my forehead, well, not my forehead, more like in between my eyebrows sort of area, and like a triangle. Then I'm also going to take this on my Cupid's bow the bridge of my nose and also my chin. Go ahead and go into the eyes now. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyelid primer, which I don't really care for this one that much. I just use it on tutorials because it's super cheap, so I can buy it all the time and not run out of it, so this way. But I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. Then after I'm done priming them with this, I'm going to put on my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. And that's just kind of going to help with the greasiness from this eyelid primer because it's not the greatest one. And I'm going to take my powder brush and just kind of go over my eyelids. Next thing I'm going to do is take my my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Branded. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, Barely Branded. And it's just a really nice nude shimmery kind of color. And I'm just going to put this all over my lid as just a nice base kind of color. So go ahead and put this all over the lid area. I'm blending in that eyeshadow. We're going to go ahead and go into the Walking on Eggshells palette, and I love this palette. I'm going to go ahead and take just a flat eye shader brush, and this is perfect, just a small one. I'm going to go into the Brow Bone color, and this is just a nice highlighter, and it's just sort of exactly like the Barely Branded, so this is just going to go over it and kind of just set it so it doesn't crease or anything on us throughout the day. But after I'm done with that palette, I'm going to go back to my Too Faced Natural Eye Kit, and I'm going to use Velvet Rover, which is just a really pretty gray taupey type of brown. And I'm just going to put this right into my crease, and this is just going to define our eyes without making them look too much. And she has a really nice natural sort of look when it comes to her eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this all on both sides. And then just focus it more towards the outer corner of your eyes a little bit more. So this way it kind of defines that part a little bit extra. And then I'm going to take Sexpresso, which is just a beautiful matte brown, chocolate brown color. And I'm just going to dab that right onto the outer corner as well for a little bit of extra definition. Once you're done with that, I'm going to take Heaven again and with my same brush. And I'm just going to put this right under my eyebrow on my brow bone for a little bit of extra highlight. Then I'm taking a pencil brush that I absolutely love, and again taking Heaven, I'm just going to put this on the inner corner of my eyes for, again, a nice highlight, but it's matte so it looks super natural. And I'm going to kind of work Heaven up into the crease area, but just right into the inner crease right here to open up my eyes a little bit more and to kind of take away from the crease color that I previously put in there to make the eyes look a little bit more open and at the same time still defined because I do have that crease color in there. Okay, so once you're done with that, you're done with the eyeshadow, and I'm going to go ahead and just curl my eyelashes now. And Ariana Grande has extremely long eyelashes. She uses individual lashes. I'm not going to use those today because I don't feel like I need them right now. But if you wanted to a little bit more length and fullness, you could definitely use those. But I'm just going to go ahead and take my Great Lash Lots of Lashes mascara. And this is going to separate and lengthen and add a little bit of volume to our eyelashes. Overall, just giving them a beautiful, natural sort of finish, but still looking dramatic like Ariana Grande's. Using the same mascara, I'm going to go ahead and go on to my bottom lashes as well. I'm done putting them on the top and bottom lashes. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Falsies Flared Mascara. And this is a really nice separating and lengthening mascara, but also adding a little bit more volume too. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this on top of my Great Lash Lots of Lashes on the top. Tons of volume. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Colossal Mascara, and this is in the waterproof formula as well as the Falsies was also as well. And I'm just going to put this all over my eyelashes on the top because this is just going to add a ton of volume to our eyelashes. So I like to put this on last because I feel like it makes the biggest difference. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Once you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and define our eyebrows, and I love using the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit. It is cheap and it works great. So I'm going to take the wax from this kit and I'm just going to put it on my eyebrows, then taking a big angled brush, which kind of, it looks like this. This is from BH Cosmetics. I'm taking the dark brown because that matches my eyebrow color, and I'm just going to go ahead and shade in my eyebrows. Once you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and take a spoolie brush and just brush through the eyebrows to evenly distribute the color and blend out the shadow that we just put in there. Taking my Heaven powder again, going underneath my brow bone one more time to add a little bit more definition, and also over the eyebrows as well to highlight them and also clean up the area without using concealer. So I feel like it's just a lot easier to do that. After you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and take a black eye pencil, and she does use black eyeliner. I know a lot of people think that she doesn't, but she does. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on her waterline, on my waterline right here. Moving on to my lips. This is in the Maybelline Color Vivids line, and this is in Ruby Star, and this is just a really beautiful dark red lipstick that has a little bit of sequins in it, but it looks really, really great. So I'm gonna put this on the lips because Ariana loves red lips. Those are her signature things. So you want to make sure you get around too, so like you can either line your lips or you could just put a lipstick on, but she likes to line her lips, so I did do that around, and then I just put in the rest of the color. But this is the overall makeup. Now let's just go ahead and go into the hair. So for the hair that I have kept up or whatever, I'm going to separate it and start brushing through my hair. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my Tresemme Heat Protector Spray and just spray this throughout my whole entire head from end to tip. You don't want to soak your hair in it because then it's going to take forever to dry, but you do want it individual, like sprayed all over your hair so that it protects your hair from burning off or some incidents like that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to plug in a 1-inch curling iron, and this is exactly 1 inch, a curling iron by Conair. And while we're waiting for that to heat up, we're going to take our hair all to the back, and we're just going to take this part of our hair right here, and then the top section, of course, and then again this part of our hair once more. And she really doesn't ever have that much tied up in the back, so we're going to take that and make sure that it is nicely brushed out because she never has any little creases or anything. Okay, now we're not going to tie this up because whenever I find I tie up my hair and then I curl it, my hair tends to fall. Okay, so once you separate it up and you put it up in a clip, which I like to do because that way my hair, whenever I put it up in like a hair tie or something, I feel like my hair just kind of messes up in the process. So after you're done with that, separate your hair into 2 even parts, the bottom half of your hair obviously, and then you're going to leave the top half on the other part of your hair in the back, so this way you don't deal with that right now. So over here, we're going to comb out our hair really quickly, and once you're done with that, you're going to take from, I like to start from the back because I feel like it's easier to curl my hair that way, and I'm going to take about inch sections, that big of hair, and just wrap it around the barrel like an old-fashioned curl, and I'm just going to keep that on there for about 5 to 10 seconds, depending on how thick and how coarse your hair is, how low you have the heat. It's like all those are the factors apply, but I usually keep it in for about just 5 seconds. Then I put it upside down, hold the curl in my hand for just a couple seconds, then I let it loose. You see? And then you're left with this really beautiful curl. Now don't play or mess with it right now. We're gonna go ahead and just hairspray it. So this way it doesn't lose its shape, and when it does weigh down, it doesn't weigh down too much. So we have that done. Now that we curled this one inwards, so the next section that we're going to take, we're going to curl outwards. And the reason why is so this way our curls don't intertwine and become a huge, one of those really big, huge curls. So instead, we're going to take the curling this part up here and put it upwards, so that we can curl it outwards this time. And if your ends like hang out, then you can just kind of tuck it in like I just did there, as you guys saw. And we're going to again do it like this, but we're gonna like alternate our sides in which that we curl the hair. So this way our hair comes out looking exactly like Ariana. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fast forward this clip so you guys can see how the hair turns out in the end. Once you're done with both of those other sections, you're gonna go ahead and take the clipped up section of your hair, pull back both of those sections, and then clip those curls in the back, clip them down. Just so that way we can focus on this top half without needing to worry about that half. So then separate these into two parts as well, and we're just going to kind of continue the same process that we did on the other side. Once you're done with this part of your hair, you're going to take an elastic, and I'm just using a black one. Pull this full section of hair back, along with again this full section of hair. Now if you do happen to have anything coming out from the top like I do, because I do have bangs, I'm going to go ahead and take some bobby pins and just take that section that's popping out and bobby pin that part down. Once you're done with that, you're done with the complete makeup and hair look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other inspired tutorials that you would like me to do, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Or you can message me here on YouTube, or go ahead and like this video if you want some more videos like this, and I'll go ahead and do them for you guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!